so are they as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Green 18! 54! Mike, 54! Double dog, that's the way. Jack! Watch the twist! Watch the twist! Right now, you got 58.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
The 24-yard line.
He's coming! We got double up, 30! 54's Mike.
Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Check safety!
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First down. First and 10.
Green 18! Hey, watch that!
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rodgers going to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Complete to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Rodgers now on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Pressure coming, coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Taking it about the 36. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV. Called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you watched a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that,
oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. It is through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyler Fackrell, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 22-yard line.
Don't let Kelly.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's Rodgers. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. On first down, Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mike 51. Let's go, G.
First down. Here's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Switch. Kill.
To throw is Rodgers. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Go!
The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins on first down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Cook. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Third and long for Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. And Lewis has it, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
54, 10-30. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Right now, you got 58. Back.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers caught. It's Ellington. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown of the new season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. From the gun, Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go, boys.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. If you don't get this boy.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to cover this one. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
That's what I do.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
25.
The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
51, Mike 51.
Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First down, Vikings.
Cousins now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
30-yard line.
51. Check back, check back. Kill. Yo. Hey, turn it up.
Again, it's Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Cousins now to throw on first down. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. They're going to try and run. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Adrian Amos with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers. That's caught at the 25. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 54 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 15-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. And that's complete. It's Ellington. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Coming 50. Hey, you block over here.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Bravo.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Here we go. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got that.
Cousins here to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Through. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.